Welcome to Discovering. It's summertime and everybody needs a little R&R. Patty and I found the perfect spot. We're kicking back on the shores of Lake Michigamme at Mapleridge Resort.
Sit and relax by the lake and enjoy the water views, and really just a great spot to come and relax.
And the Central U.P. Road Rally. That's all tonight right here on Discovering.
The secret streams that flow beneath the cliffs of colored stone. Forest thick and healthy with birch and pine and oak. Surrounded by the greatest lakes this world has ever known. The black bear's awesome presence as he roams the hills and fields. Call of the timber wolf, the loon's lonesome trill, the eagle soaring high above, the trout lies deep and still. These are what I treasure, the only way I measure feelings that I have for this fine land. There is so much to discover when you're a long-time lover of northern Michigan.
Vacations can come in many styles, and I'll admit a trip to somewhere tropical almost always sounds good, but it's not always feasible. Sometimes you just need to get out and enjoy what we have right here in our own neck of the woods. Doesn't need to be complicated. Sometimes it's as simple as pulling a camper into the woods. Maybe backcountry camping is your style, or something less remote. For this particular trip, we were looking for something in between. Quiet, relaxing, and easy. A little bit of fishing, food on the grill, a couple of beers, and a lawn chair. And that's exactly what we found. Centrally located between Marquette and the Keweenaw is one of Michigan's largest lakes, Lake Michigamme. On the northern shores of the lake, you'll find Mapleridge Resort. We spent a couple of days relaxing at Mapleridge with new owners, Bob and Nicole Haskett.
In April of 2017, we purchased Mapleridge Resort, my wife and I and our 2.5-year-old daughter. We have a baby on the way end of July. And we were just looking to get away from city life and the hustle and bustle and raise our family in Mother Nature. We've been coming to the UP together for probably the last 9-10 years. We were married on Mackinac Island and stayed at several mom and pop resorts along the way, and always made friendships with people staying at the resorts, and would love to have families and build friendships of our own. I started out working in marinas and always being on the water, playing with boats. And customer service was always a big thing, and having property maintenance skills and being able to get everyone out on the water and keep their equipment running, whether it's boat or snowmobiles, is always the main goal. So seeing people have fun is fun for us. When we started out looking at resorts, we started out like Cedarville on the east side and moved towards Grand Marais, Pictured Rocks, and found ourselves in Marquette County, where there's a lot of people from other parts of the United States that found themselves here just because they enjoy the trails, the lakes, the peace and quiet. Even on a busy day out here, you'd be lucky to see a dozen boats. And it's probably the same guy driving back and forth, just having fun. Mapleridge Resort originally started out as Rose Art in the 50s, and it's had a few other families run and operate it since then.
The view of Lake Michigamme was one of the things, of course, we first noticed when you pull up to the property. It's hard to miss. You know, we have, again, this great sprawling frontage, and the view is just amazing.
We purchased the resort because it's sprawled out on 20 acres. Each unit is 1,000 square feet.
So we have 7 rooms available at Mapleridge Resort. 6 of the 7 are our guest suites. Again, and they're very spacious. They all have 2 bedrooms, and so can sleep, up to 4 very comfortably. We can accommodate a 5th person in the suite with a roll-away bed for larger groups. We have 1 room. Our 7th room is a smaller studio-style apartment. Has a queen-size bed, a smaller kitchen and living room and bathroom area. So that one's great for couples or individuals who want to come and stay and get away and maybe don't need a full, 2-bedroom suite all to themselves. So it's nice we're able to accommodate really families and groups of all sizes. All of the rooms have great lake views. We're spread out on 2 levels. So the top level has a nice covered porch, very comfortable for sitting and relaxing, having your morning cup of coffee. And then the lower rooms have walkout right to the property and to the lake. So again, very easy access. We also have a nice deck area with a barbecue grill and patio set so families can come, cook up their meal for the night and sit and relax by the lake and enjoy the water views, and really just a great spot to come and relax and enjoy your stay.
We have a fish cleaning house on site, horseshoe pits. We have our own cove to dock your boat, so if the weather gets rough, you just buzz right in, get it up to shore and get onto safe ground. We're also located right next to the boat ramp, so you can launch and drive right around and enjoy your boat a little sooner. There are other boat ramps around the lake. We have Van Riper State Park, and there's a boat ramp in town.
So we realized that family vacations also mean coming up with your furry friends. So we are pet friendly. We do have 2 rooms that we allow pets to stay in, and so it's a great way again for the whole family, including your furry friends, to come up and have a great vacation. One of the things that really attracted us to Mapleridge Resort and Michigamme was all of the great attractions in the area.
For hikers and backpackers looking for day trips or couple night adventures, there's also Craig Lake State Park off to our west. It's also one of the most remote areas in the UP. If you're looking to get away from cell phone signals and Wi-Fi and all that, it's a great way to disconnect.
So it's great for people who want to be able to come up and explore Craig Lake. Again, it's so rugged there that not everyone is necessarily up for such a rugged camping trip, so they can come stay at Mapleridge Resort and go on day trips to Craig Lake, explore the area, and still have a nice, comfortable place to come back to at the end of the night.
And then to the east of the resort, we have the McCormick Tract, which is off the Pashiki Grade.
Again, another great wilderness area, great for hiking, canoeing, day trips like that. Again, we make it very easy for guests to access those types of areas that maybe seem a little bit more remote otherwise.
Lake Michigamme has 1 DNR campground on it. It's Van Riper, along with Michigamme Shores.
And we find there's a lot of families who, maybe multi-generations, and some of the family members want to camp, but maybe not everyone. And so for those people who want to have, again, a little more creature comforts, they can come and stay with us and still be close by and be part of the family activities going on at Van Riper State Park too.
The campgrounds also have activities during the week for kids. Also located right on Trail 8 to take you over towards Ishpeming, Baraga, and even some loops up around the Pashiki and into Big Bay if you want to travel as far as Marquette. Definitely trail rides for every level. If you want to go on your big 2-day adventures up into the Keweenaw, we'd love to accommodate that. Make us your base camp. You can kayak the Pashiki River. There's also great lookout points down there.
Many great memories of vacations of the past, and all of those memories include food in one way or another. For this trip, it's cooking on the grill.
So one of our main goals is to have the lake accessible for our guests. And so to help with that, we have 2 kayaks available for guests to use and also 2 stand-up paddle boards. We're also working with Meyer Yamaha to offer jet ski rentals at the resort. So guests can reserve room with us and then do their jet ski rentals right directly with Meyer Yamaha. And then we will arrange with them to have the jet skis in the water ready to use upon your arrival. So it makes it really easy again for people just to get out on the lake and start having fun. And we hope to expand on those offerings down the road. We'd love to have fishing boats or pontoons or things, and that's something we're definitely looking into and wanting to do down the road. So hopefully something we can expand on further, and we'd love to have more ways for people to connect with the lake in the area.
Originally, we purchased the resort thinking that we would rent Saturdays to Saturdays and have full stays, but we realized being a young couple with family, constantly trying to see everything in short trips, that we needed to be able to accommodate people for a couple nights. So we're now welcoming 1-2 nights, anywhere in between. We have people staying up to 2 weeks at a time and they rent the entire resort. We try to accommodate everybody.
One of the things that really attracted us to the area was the natural beauties of Lake Michigamme. The lake is 4,300 acres, has 27 islands, and really just a very diverse terrain as far as lakes go. So lots of little areas for people to explore, great again for kayaking and paddle boarding, and so it's really a fun place just to come up and explore nature. And it's all very accessible right out our back door here at the resort. So fun ways to get out on the water and explore and see it all.
All the residents are happy to see people coming and going and new faces in the area. And that was one of the other things that really drew us to Michigamme, is the warm welcome everyone gave us. So you pretty much get a warm welcome anywhere you go. We also have a bonfire pit down by the lake. Sit there, watch the sunset, and have some s'mores.
Everybody's busy. Last year was busier than the year before, and this year is busier yet. Sometimes you just need a simple couple of days off. Nothing complicated, somewhere quiet, peaceful and relaxing. A little bit of fishing, a couple of beers, a grill, and a lawn chair. Speaking of finding things in your own backyard, I checked out the Central U.P. Road Rally in my own backyard, the Hermansville Powers area.
Trying to set up a rally in the Central U.P. because we think the roads here are some of the best in the country. So I called up the guys I knew from the committee from Magnum Opus, which ran up in Newberry last year and the last 4 years. So we started organizing kind of a crash course organization because we had many of the systems in place. It worked. We managed to pull together a core crew, picked up a few local helpers, and we're about to attempt to put on our very first Central U.P. rally. So it's one of the tightest, most compact rallies, which allowed us to slip it into a one-day event. We could put the registration in the morning. There's a park expose for the local people to see the cars before they go out on the stages. It's going to be a one-day daylight rally, which is kind of unheard of with that many stage miles on it. So it's a very, very compact, tight rally, and we're looking to have a great time. We've got rallies coming from all over the eastern side of the country, from far away as Florida. The closest driver is 35 miles away and happens to be my son Adam, running an 81 Rabbit that he assembles. He's blown up more engines than he has raced.
My name's Adam Van Dam. This is my 1981 Volkswagen Rabbit. I got a 2-liter engine in it, 8 valve. It doesn't have a ton of power, but we're on gravel, so we don't need a ton. I got the MIG locker in it, so it got 2 wheels spinning. Suspension is just a heavy-duty Bilstein suspension, nothing too fancy. Keep the car pretty low budget so we can afford to keep racing. It's really nice racing close to home. I got spare parts close enough I could go get them if I needed. Monday we blew a motor, so I spent most of this week getting another motor built up. I've got about 20 hard miles on it, so hopefully it'll hold together.
Kind of rally you want to go to if you want to race through the woods and not take a scenic drive through the woods. The overall stage miles came in at about 89 miles. The weather has been somewhat cooperating. It's not going to be dusty, which is usually a rally concern. People that live in the UP understand that yes, we've gotten more rain than we normally do. There's a few water puddles that should give the drivers some exciting yeehaw moments. It's a hard-packed gravel subsurface, which allows the roads to dry out relatively quickly. We're currently registered 18 cars. It's a little less than what we hoped for, but it's enough to put on a good rally. They tend to be the smaller cars. We've got everything from the Volkswagen all the way up to the 4-wheel drive, 300 horsepower, WRX type race cars. All the cars are race prep. They have got approved cages in them and other safety equipment to try and keep the drivers as safe as possible, realizing that it is a high-speed event. So we have a safety crew that follows behind them, and behind them we have a train of basically off-road trucks and Jeeps that are there to assist them pulling them out if they need it. We send out some advanced cars to make sure the road's clear, go through the stages about an hour, hour and a half before the race to make sure that people are aware the race is happening and to make sure there aren't any stray things on the trails that we have to deal with. As everybody that drives the UP knows, the occasional deer can be a problem to drivers, but typically the cars are loud enough, they scare them off the road. The roads are such that the speed goes anywhere from real tight and twisty to kind of flat out and go. And the first stage came in at about 68 miles per hour average from start to finish, which is a standing start to a flying finish. Stage 2 came in a little bit quicker at about 71 miles per hour, and stage 3 came in at about 68, 69 miles per hour, which is pretty average for the typical racers. Because of safety concerns, if the average gets over 80 miles per hour, we have to take some steps to slow it down. If it gets much slower than 60, it's very tough on the cars. That means you got a really tight and really broken up road that you're dealing with. At the 70 mile per hour mark is pretty much ideal rally conditions. Each race team consists of a driver and what we call a co-driver. The co-driver has a book that has markings, and that's We call them Gemma notes. It's a proprietary note system that gets put up that tells them the severity of the upcoming corners. So as they're racing through the stage, the driver's paying attention to the road conditions and the road, and the co-driver is telling him based on the notes that he sees in his book what the driver should expect coming up on the roads. The driver's getting input from the co-driver and he uses it to his best advantage. So it's really a team effort. If it all comes together nice, the cars go really fast.
Well, that's it for tonight. If you'd like to keep tabs on what's coming up on Discovering or see where we've been, go to 906outdoors.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week right here on Discovering.